Congratulations.
Throwing in the towel?
Hardly, but you've certainly scored another all-time low.
Well, since our fall from grace, it's been onward and upward.
Oh, that's debatable. So much for a fair fight.
Well, all's fair, or whatever.
Whatever. I'm taping my segment on ratings codes for television this morning.
Well, an A for effort, B for banality, C for
I don't care what
change
you
the
think
channel.
about it. What I care about is the fact that my director did my run-through last night and has got all my timing notes.
Bully for Henry.
I need him in the studio ASAP.
What's your point?
My point is, I look on the schedule, and lo and behold, my director is across town on a remote with your idea of a ratings bonanza, Elise Flynn.
Oh, that. Scheduling conflict. Unavoidable.
My butt, you did it to screw me up, and you know it.
Delusions of paranoia. Maybe the studio nurse can give you something for that.
I gotta hand it to you. I really do. You really know where to hit a guy. You know, right below the old production line.
Well, big problems make a good studio manager.
Oh, like hell. That's bull, and you know it. This segment was my last entry in the ratings bonanza. And whether you want to admit it or not, you've been working overtime to flush both me and it down the toilet.
Enough. What are your corners?
This is private.
Duking it out at 40 decibels?
Did I exaggerate?
Did I open the mic?
Tad's verbal assaults are disrupting the workplace, Anna.
She fired the first shot, and you know it.
His constant whining, his in-your-face confrontations, the tongue lashings. It's amazing anybody can get any work done around
You
here.
want to talk about whining? Who do you think you're kidding with this beleaguered boss lady routine? You're playing to the
You
wrong
want to win
audience.
your market share? Act like a man.
Shut up, both of you. This is a TV station, not a sandbox.
Oh, sure, it's easy for you to say. This was all your idea. This little ratings relay was your brainchild, remember?
Behold, the answer to all your problems. I mean, after all, this used to be called The Cutting Edge with Erica Kane, so let me choose who will get the job.
Well, it ain't exactly Wild Wind Chapel. It's not exactly black tie either. Maybe it's better.
Yeah. Just so long as it's forever.
Well, I hired a cruiser to patrol the shoreline, but there's still no sign of him.
Well, you better get to them before Ballard does.
Yeah, before he meets out his own brand of island justice.
Can you believe that guy? Shoot first, ask questions later.
Look, I do have a helicopter waiting for us. I think we should use it, huh?
You go ahead. I'll stay here.
I was kind of hoping maybe you'd act as guide.
I don't know the lay of the land any better than you do.
Great.
Besides, there's no way I can leave Taylor alone.
Why not?
Erica, I've never seen you look more radiant.
Absolutely. You look great.
I do clean up good, don't I?
I meant to say something yesterday. Your vacation obviously agrees with you.
Well, now, Liza, I was in rehab, not Rio. I'm not ashamed to admit it.
I admire your spirit.
I feel absolutely transplendent. That means that I'm at peace with myself and the world.
How nice of you to come out of your busy orbit to have settled down and visited the old stomping grounds?
Well, I am a firm believer in sharing the wealth. Adam, feel free to avail yourself of my considerable executive expertise.
I'm sure we hold your opinion in high regard, Erica.
Managerial decisions should be made without bias, without sentiment.
So no hard feelings for me letting you go?
There's nothing to have hard feelings about.
That's big of you.
Well, just to show you that there are no hard feelings, I might even consider coming back to Studio 2. Depending, of course, on who is running the station.
Well, I'll certainly keep that in mind for future reference. As for who gets the coveted top spot, Tad and Liza both know the rules. Whoever racks up the most rating points wins.
And who's leading?
At this moment, it's anybody's game.
Erica. Dixie, hello. Hey, you look great. Thank you. So do you. Well, thank you. I have actually learned at the Betty Ford Center that confession is not only good for the soul, it's great for the complexion.
Well, if you'll excuse me, I have to get back to work.
Oh, please, Liza, don't run off. There's something that I need to say to all of you. I have spent 28 days in recovery. I have been sifting through the damage that I did and left behind. I come back, and like the wonderful professionals that you are, you have cleaned up after me. Like good hosts, you buff me on the cheek, you tell me that I look good, and not one of you mentions how I got high and embarrassed you at that party. Although I understand that the person I embarrassed most, of course, is myself. I don't even remember a lot of the things that I said or did under the influence of those drugs, but I do know that I did hurtful things, and I said hateful things. And I want to tell you all that I'm very sorry.
You don't have to apologize.
Yes, I do. Or I couldn't face you. Or you, Adam. Or you, Tad. Or even you, Liza. I'm sorry. You placed your faith in me, and I let you down. You trusted me to be a professional, and I abused that trust. I lied, I threw tantrums, and I placed blame.
It takes guts to admit that.
The night of the Media Awards, that fateful night, I got off more rounds, as Oprah would say, than at a Coney Island shooting gallery. Well, they were cheap shots. Especially those wildly inappropriate insinuations that I made about your husband and Liza Colby. Look, I sincerely hope that I did not cause any trouble in your marriage, because believe me, that was just the product of a drugged-up fantasy. Honestly, there was not a shred of truth to it.
Oh, I believe you. I believe my husband.
Well, why don't we all join hands and form a human chain?
Liza, am I forgiven?
Of course you're forgiven. There's really no sense in living in the past, is there?
Adam?
All is forgiven and forgotten as water under the bridge. It's good to see you looking so fit.
I am even more fit than he knows.
No doubt. You want to arm wrestle to see who gets to host the show?
Oh, no, really, Tad. I'm out of the spotlight for the moment. I just said that to get Liza's goat.
So much for the new and improved Erica.
Oh, come on, Tad. I mean, I'm sober. I'm not a stain. By rights, you should have been a station manager. That is a wrong that could be righted. What can I do to help you turn the tide against Liza?
It depends. Which one of the 12 steps is revenge?
Well, now, Liza Colby is certainly not a friend, but let's not quibble about that. I mean it. What can I do? What can I do to ensure the rise of Tad and the fall of Liza?
What are your plans for the rest of the morning?
I, Noah, take thee, Julia, to be my lawful wedded wife. For better, for worse,
for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, forsaking all others.
As long as we both...
As long as we both shall live. Meaning forever. Whether it be this life or the hereafter, Noah says so.
I, Julia, take thee, Noah, to be my lawful wedded husband, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, forsaking all others, as long as we both shall live. If anyone should show just cause as to why we should not be joined together, I can just hold their peace.
By the power vested in our love, in our life force, I proclaim us husband and wife.
What God has joined, let no one put asunder.
You haven't left my side since yesterday.
You know I have a thing for ladies in distress.
Well, I'm fine.
You're tired. You're exhausted. You need rest. You need medical attention. You probably should get on the first flight home.
Well, now, that's a great idea. Why don't the two of you go back stateside, and I'll look for them?
No, I want to be here when you bring them in. This is the last chance for me to save myself, my reputation, to prove that I had nothing to do with Noah's escape.
I'm sorry you had a restless night.
Yeah, well, that examining table isn't exactly a feather bed.
Well, this will help you sleep, hmm?
You know, I wish everybody would just stop fussing over me.
Taylor, take the pill. Doctor's orders.
How long is it going to put me out for?
Ooh, at least till sundown.
I am tired. Would you get me something to wash it down with?
Yeah, sure.